There's a moment in life when you realize you've been playing small. Maybe it's when you're staring at the same bank balance you've had for years, wondering why it never seems to grow. Maybe it's when you see someone living a life of freedom, traveling the world, doing what they love, and something deep inside whispers, that could be you. Or maybe it's in the quiet of the night, when the world has gone still and you're left with nothing but your thoughts. And those thoughts ask the question you've been avoiding: why not me? Wealth doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your mind. We are taught from the moment we're old enough to understand money that it's scarce, that you have to fight for it, that it's hard to come by. And if you're lucky enough to get some, you'd better hold onto it with both hands because it could vanish tomorrow. And for years, you believe this story. You live inside it. You breathe it in like oxygen. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Scarcity isn't the reality. It's the programming. Change your thoughts and you'll change your reality. That's where abundance begins. Scarcity isn't real. It's just programming you inherited. And it's time to rewrite it. Because there is no shortage of money. There is no shortage of opportunity. There is only a shortage of belief. Wealth begins long before it ever shows up in your bank account. It begins in your mind. It begins in the story you tell yourself every single day. And if you want to change your reality, you have to start by changing that story. You're not bound by old stories. Write a new one where abundance is your truth. Stop waiting for proof that you're ready. Be the proof. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and before your feet touch the floor, you decide to see the world differently. You decide that instead of looking for what's missing, you'll start looking for what's possible. Don't wait for the right time. Create it. Live as if abundance is already yours. At first it feels strange, like wearing clothes that don't quite fit. Your old thoughts, the ones that said money doesn't grow on trees or people like me don't get rich, they start creeping back in. But you notice them now. You hear the lies for what they are. Echoes of someone else's fear, passed down to you like an unwanted inheritance. That's when it happened, the shift. Most people think they'll feel abundant once they have money. The truth? You'll have money once you feel abundant, because manifestation isn't about wishing. It's not about sitting in a corner and repeating affirmations while you wait for the universe to drop a briefcase of cash on your doorstep. It's about alignment. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts wealth, because your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions all speak the same language: abundance. Shift the feeling first and watch your reality transform around you. You don't manifest money by chasing it. You manifest it by becoming the kind of person who attracts it. I remember talking to a man who had built a fortune from nothing. No family money, no lucky breaks, no secret trust fund waiting for him when he turned 18. He told me something I've never forgotten. Before I ever had a single dollar in my account, I acted like a wealthy man. I didn't spend like one, I thought like one. Step into that version of yourself today, and the money will follow. He explained that wealth is a frequency, a vibration, and every time you feel grateful for what you have, every time you take inspired action, every time you choose possibility over fear, you tune yourself to that frequency, and the universe can't help but respond. Most people wait for proof before they believe. But wealth doesn't work that way. Abundance doesn't work that way. You believe first, then you see. That's the part that trips people up. They say, I'll feel abundant when I have more money. But the truth is, you'll have more money when you feel abundant. Money flows to clarity, to purpose, to gratitude. Ask yourself, are you broadcasting those signals? Picture a radio dial. If you want to hear classical music, you don't stay tuned to the rock station and hope the symphony magically starts playing. You turn the dial. You align yourself with the frequency of the music you want. Wealth works the same way. Tune your frequency to abundance, and wealth will have no choice but to find you. Wealth is not about luck, talent, or hard work. It's about alignment. Right now, you may be tuned into the station of lack. You may be unconsciously broadcasting thoughts like, I can't afford that, I'll never get ahead, or I'm just not lucky with money. And the universe, like a perfect mirror, reflects those thoughts right back to you. Change the channel. Start broadcasting something new. Opportunities are everywhere. Money flows to me in unexpected ways. I am open and ready for abundance. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions match abundance, wealth becomes inevitable. Say it, yes, but more importantly, feel it, because your emotions are the fuel behind your manifestation. A thought without feeling is like a spark with no fire. But a thought that's charged with emotion becomes magnetic. It draws circumstances, people, and resources toward you that you couldn't have planned if you tried. You've seen it happen before. You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and they suddenly call you. You decide you're going to find a better job, and out of nowhere, a friend sends you a posting that's perfect. That's not coincidence. That's alignment in action. Now imagine applying that same principle to your wealth. Imagine walking through your day as if you already had the resources, the freedom, the abundance you desire. How would you talk? How would you walk? What decisions would you make? How would you treat people? Do that now, not when the money comes, not when it's safe. Now, because manifestation is the art of living from the end, you embody the result before it arrives, and by doing so, you call it into existence. The mind says, show me and I'll believe. The spirit says, believe and you'll see. When you finally make that shift from chasing money to embodying abundance, something remarkable happens. The opportunities that once seemed invisible start showing up everywhere. The people you need to meet find their way into your life. Ideas come to you in the shower, in the car, in the quiet moments before sleep. You're no longer forcing or struggling. You're allowing. You're in flow. And here's the part nobody tells you. Abundance is not just about having more money. It's about having more life, more freedom, more time to do what matters to you, more space to breathe, more energy to give, more joy in the everyday moments. You're not here to survive. You're here to overflow. When you begin living from abundance, you stop making decisions from fear. You stop saying yes to things that drain you because you think you have to. You start saying yes to the things that light you up, that bring you alive, that multiply your energy instead of depleting it. That's when wealth becomes inevitable, because you are no longer in the energy of lack. You are the embodiment of more than enough. Stop shrinking, live in the overflow, and let your abundance inspire others. And when you live that way, you don't just change your bank account, you change your world. When you step into this new energy, something subtle yet profound begins to shift around you. The air feels lighter, Colors seem more vivid. Conversations become more meaningful. Even the smallest interactions, a smile from a stranger, a compliment from a coworker, feel like little signs that the universe is responding. You realize that life has always been speaking to you. You just weren't tuned in to hear it. And now you are. Think about it. Every great transformation in history began with a decision. A single, quiet, unshakable decision that said, "This is who I am now." Not, "I'll try and see if it works." Not, "Maybe someday." Number A, full-bodied, heart-deep commitment to become the person who already lives the reality they desire. That's the secret most people miss. It's not about forcing wealth to come to you. It's about becoming so aligned with abundance that wealth has no choice but to find you. Wealth loves clarity. Money flows toward purpose. And abundance is drawn to gratitude like bees to honey. So here's where you begin. You stop measuring your worth by your current circumstances. You stop defining yourself by the numbers in your account, by the job you have, by the bills you owe. Those are snapshots from the past, not prophecies of your future. You begin defining yourself by the vision you're stepping into. You see yourself as the person who already has it, who already lives it, who already embodies it. And with that identity comes a different way of moving through the world. You notice opportunities you used to ignore. You speak with a quiet confidence that draws people in. You trust your intuition instead of second-guessing it. You stop chasing every little thing out of fear and start choosing only what feels aligned with your highest self. Some days, the transformation feels electric, like you've plugged yourself into a current of possibility. Other days, it's subtle, a gentle knowing that you're on the right path, even if the evidence isn't here yet. Those are the days that matter most because they test your faith. Anyone can feel abundant when things are going well. But true manifestors feel abundant even in the waiting, even in the silence, because they know the seed doesn't sprout the day you plant it. But the moment you plant it, the process begins. And manifestation is just that, a process. It's not instant gratification, it's daily cultivation. It's aligning your thoughts each morning, choosing gratitude each afternoon, and taking inspired action each night. It's falling asleep with a sense of certainty, as if your dreams have already crossed the bridge from imagination into reality. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. That's the universe's department. Your only job is to be ready to receive, to act when the doors open, and to keep your energy high enough to match the reality you want. The day you stop waiting for abundance and start embodying it is the day your life will change forever. Think of it like preparing for an honored guest. If you knew someone important was coming to your home, you'd get things ready. You'd clean, you'd decorate, you'd make space. That's what you do with your life when you're calling in abundance. You prepare the space for it to land. Step into that version of yourself now, and your future will rise to meet you. You upgrade your environment, you care for your body, you speak words of wealth instead of scarcity. You move as if your future self is already living here, because in a very real sense, they are. And the beautiful irony is that once you start living this way, wealth becomes just one of many gifts you attract. Opportunities for connection, joy, creativity, and love begin to multiply. You become magnetic, not just to money, but to life itself. You'll start to see patterns, the right people crossing your path at exactly the right time, unexpected windfalls arriving just when you need them. ideas and inspirations lighting you up from within. And the more you lean into this flow, the faster it accelerates. But here's where many people trip themselves up. They stop too soon. They see the first signs of abundance and then slip back into old habits of fear and doubt. They treat manifestation like a temporary experiment instead of a way of being. Don't make that mistake. Stay in the energy. Keep walking as if you already own the life you're creating. Keep speaking the language of wealth. Keep feeding your mind images, words, and experiences that reinforce abundance. And when the old thoughts try to creep back in, and they will, recognize them as nothing more than echoes of a past you've outgrown. You are not here to survive, you are here to thrive. You are here to live in the overflow, to have so much good in your life that it spills over into the lives of others. And that's the ultimate secret of abundance. It's not meant to be hoarded. The wealth you manifest is meant to move, to circulate, to create more good in the world. When you give from a place of true abundance, you send out a signal to the universe. I trust there is more where this came from. And the universe always answers. So step into that trust. Step into that knowing. See yourself not as someone chasing wealth, but as someone embodying it right now. Let your thoughts rise to meet your vision. Let your feelings anchor that vision in your heart. And let your actions every single day speak the language of the life you're creating. Because once you decide who you are, and you align every part of yourself with that truth, the world has no choice but to rise and meet you there. And one day, not far from now, you'll wake up and realize that the abundance you once dreamed about is no longer a dream. It's your life, it's your reality, it's the air you breathe. You'll look around and see proof of what you always knew deep down. You are never chasing wealth, you are becoming it. And then there comes a moment, so quiet you almost miss it, when you realize the fight is over. Not because you gave up, but because you stopped struggling. You stopped clawing at life, trying to force things into place, and instead, you became the place. You see, wealth was never hidden from you. It wasn't playing a cruel game of keep away. It was circling you all along, waiting for the day you became still enough, open enough, aligned enough to receive it. And when you finally stepped into that version of yourself, the one who moves with certainty, who trusts the unseen, who chooses gratitude over fear, the dam broke. Suddenly the flow wasn't a trickle, it was a river. And the river didn't just bring money, it brought freedom, it brought joy. It brought the kind of mornings where you wake up excited before the alarm, and nights where you fall asleep with a smile because you know you're exactly where you're meant to be. There's a power in you that no economy can touch, no recession can erase, no opinion can diminish. Because when you understand that wealth is created inside you first, you become untouchable, unshakable, unstoppable. Look around you right now. The life you see is a reflection of the story you've been telling. If you don't like the picture, you don't fight the reflection, you change the story. You pick up the pen and rewrite it, and every thought, every feeling, every action becomes another line in the masterpiece of your new reality. The world will notice. They'll see something different in your eyes, in your posture, in the way you speak. They won't be able to put their finger on it, but they'll feel it, that quiet confidence, that unshakable belief. And they'll ask you what happened? How did you do it? And you'll smile because you'll know the truth. You didn't just manifest money, you manifested yourself. The version of you who always existed beneath the layers of doubt and fear, the one who knew you were made for more, the one who refused to settle for anything less than extraordinary. And in that moment, you'll understand what abundance really means. It's not just having more, it's being more. It's the expansion of who you are, the stretching of your soul into its fullest potential. Money is just one of its expressions. The real wealth is freedom, choice, the joy, impact. So here's your invitation. Stop waiting. Stop hoping someone else will hand you permission to live the life you want. Stop playing small because you're afraid the world can't handle your light. The truth? The world needs your light. The world needs your wealth, not just in dollars, but in ideas, in love, in generosity, in courage. Stand up. Decide that today is the day you align with the frequency of everything you've ever wanted. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now feel the abundance in your bones. See it in your mind. Speak it into the air. Live as if it's already yours, because in the only place that matters first, your mind, it already is. And when you do, watch what happens. Watch how life rearranges itself around your belief. Watch how the doors swing open, how the opportunities flood in, how the people you need appear like they were walking toward you all along. This is the power you've had all your life. The only question is, will you finally use it? The moment you step into abundance, the rest of your life begins. Because once you choose abundance, truly choose it, there's no going back. You'll never see the world the same way again. And that's the point. Don't wait for tomorrow. Your abundant life starts today. Because the moment you step into abundance, the rest of your life begins.